Welcome to Matters That Matter. In today's episode, we bring to you a special feature on the plight of widows in Africa. If you are planning to get married, or if you are already married, then there is a possibility that at one time you will be a widow or a widower. In this special feature, we bring to you the experiences of a widow, Mrs. Beatrice Obwang'i Mbori, who shares her experiences with us.
Death is very painful actually, and when you don't see death coming, because I didn't see Bob dying, because he became sick very shortly, and I expected him to be okay, but then it didn't happen. He died. It was painful. It is still painful because I don't think I will ever come out of it fully. But then life has to go on. So the challenges are numerous. You can't mention all of them in one sitting, because immediately your husband dies, the first thing, everybody kind of runs away from you, and somehow they start looking at you as if probably there is something you didn't do right. There is something you should have done that you did not do. Even when you did your very best. Even when you did what is humanly considered to be the very best. Still they feel that there is something you didn't do right. Well, where I come from, there are no specific cultures that one can say affect widows, but I can say that it depends on the family ties, and for us, we were close-knit family, but then it disintegrated immediately. Bob died, and the first thing the family want is the property. And in this case, we are actually not talking about any investment, because maybe someone was a civil servant. The only property that person had was the salary, and that salary is not going to be there. So they look at the benefits, and these are the only source of income that you have for you and your children from now till eternity. But still they want a share of it, and not just a share. In fact, they want to push you away out of your comfort zone so that they now take over. And they feel they are the ones who have lost, not you. I'm not yet out of the hook, because still people want the car, people want a house. And really, I cannot move out of this house. Where will I go to stay? I have to stay in this house, because this is where Bob left me, and when he was putting up this house, he was doing it for us, and we did it together. And therefore, the issue of giving up is it's not easy, because you can't do that. But the law is there to protect all of us. What I can say is that if you are threatened so much, you may end up probably throwing in the towel. But then the law in Kenya, I realized, is very good, and it protects widows. Because every time I've gone to government offices, at least I've got the support I wanted. The secret behind this is that Bob prepared me well for his death. He used to tell me, if you see me go to a hospital and I'm hospitalized, I will not get out. And we debated the issue of death very many times in our life. used to tell me a man should die first. I used to tell him, if we don't die together, then I think I should die first, because he loved the children and they were very close. Well, I got married when I was a student, and for me, I've been a student all through. So most of the time, he was there for the children. He really wanted the best for me and for the children all the time. He used to buy food. He used to provide. You can see like the flowers, he really used to take care of everything in the home. I mean, Bob was really everything. And when he died, it was a real shock. So I had to wake up from that long sleep. He used to call me a permanent guest in his house. Then I realized I'm no longer a guest. So I have to get out and work. The children are also very supportive, and they remember every single item they used to do with their father. So they remind me. Like the other day, they were painting a table, black and white, because that is what he wanted. So, it makes me feel happy and bring back sweet memories of Bob.
We also wanted to know if she has any advice to anyone who finds herself in this particular position.
Well, what I can tell widows, we have different categories of widows. There are those widows who are not informed at all about what the constitution, what the law has. So they don't go to seek justice. They only depend on the indoctrination that society has given, especially the immediate society. And some of them seek solace in the church, which is very good. I've also done the same. But there is a limit to that, because religion can become an opium, especially when you are desperate. What I can tell them is to get out of that comfort zone and work. You can look for something to do, and you also ensure you read to understand the law. If you are able to read, or if you have someone who is honest, can read for you and interpret for you. I will also, before you are widowed, I think you should prepare for it, because like for us, we were married we went through the civil marriage. We had a marriage certificate, and that certificate is very important. Once you have it and you've never broken any of the vows, then it will also protect you. Well, I love teaching all the time, but apart from teaching, I like farming actually. Yes, but I used to love farming, and I used to have a good farm in Nakuru, but because of distance, I'm now here, confined in this compound. And because it is a small compound, I started small. I have chicken project. Yeah, I'm keeping poultry. I started small last year, immediately after my husband was buried. I bought a few, they all died. I bought others, some died, others survived. But now I have about 450 or so. You don't really give up, huh? You keep on. You keep on with the. If you have a family, then it means there is a culture that you have to maintain. Yes.
Thank you.
I take care of the flowers for Bob and take care of the chicken and the children. Yeah.
Asante.
On that note, we come to the end of Matters That Matter. In this episode, we brought to you a special feature on the plight of widows in Africa. I want to take this opportunity to thank Madam Beatrice Mbori for finding time to share her experiences with us. I also want to take this special opportunity to thank Mr. Jared Mudanya for his input in bringing this episode to us. On behalf of my crew, Neka and Pambi, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I am Igara Kabaji.